Okay, you can introduce yourself now a little bit.
I'm Bryan Kramer. I'm the athletic director here at South Prairie in my 8th year. Previously, I spent 20 years as the athletic director at Bishop Bryan. Um, I graduated from Minot State University where I played football and then went into my teaching and coaching career, coaching varsity football, baseball, girls basketball, boys basketball, track, um, and fast pitch softball, actually. But primarily head football and head baseball coach at Bishop Bryan. Stepped out of those roles maybe 15, 16 years ago to spend more time with family. And then since have been an athletic director for about 35 years. So here we are.
Ready for some questions I have?
Sure am.
What is your favorite sport?
I like watching football and baseball equally well. It just it depends on the season. Whatever season we're in, that's kind of where my interest lies. But football and baseball are my favorites.
Who is your favorite athlete?
Oh boy. Um, Current athlete right now is probably Matthew Stafford, quarterback for the Rams. They're my favorite pro football team. I'm a closet Vikings fan as well. So anytime they match up, like the playoffs last year, that was a rough time in my house because everybody in my house is huge Vikings fans.
Who are your favorite pro and college sports teams?
Pro teams, like I said, the Rams and the Vikings. In baseball, I'm a Twins fan. Um, in basketball, I kind of like to follow the Minnesota Timberwolves now. And as far as college goes, I'm an NDSU and a UND fan. Mine at State Beavers, of course. And at the higher level, I'm a big Notre Dame fan.
What would be a favorite? So you coach basketball, right?
I have, yes.
You've kind of coached every sport. So if I
I've,
ask,
I've coached just about everything. Yep,
okay,
except wrestling.
okay. What would be a pregame ritual that you would have, like
Can you say that?
a
My
pregame ritual?
really, my pregame rituals were just taking some time by myself and contemplating what I had seen on film, studying for games, trying to get my head clear so that when you get into a game, you can make the best decision. So really, it was just a time of quiet and meditating and reflection and just going over game plans again and again and again to make sure I didn't miss anything.
What would you think is a favorite shot to shoot in basketball?
Well, because I never could do it, I'd like to be able to dunk, but I like watching good 3-point shooters. And this year at South Prairie, I'll get to do that, especially in our girls program. We have some real good 3-point shooters on our team. So,
What are some major highlights and memorable games you played or coached in?
oh boy, there's a lot of them. Playing in my high school days, I played at Bishop Ryan, and we were in the WDA at the time. So we matched up with Minot High every year. They were, so much bigger than us. But my junior and senior year, we played right down to the wire, those two. My years playing football at Minot State, some highlights were any time that we played and beat Jamestown, Valley City, Dickinson. They were our big rivals back then. As far as coaching, um, coaching in the state championship game in 2000, coaching my baseball teams, we won 5 state championships, and every one of them was as memorable as the one before. I guess the last one was special because my son was a senior on that team. Jeez.
What do you think's a little more important, offense or defense?
I've always been a very defensive coach. Um, and even when we were coaching baseball, the defense was really important to our success, and we turned defense into offense. That's the one thing about playing really good defense is you can create good offense out of it. So I think the defense is a prime focus for me.
What made you get into being a coach?
Well, I always, my whole family. I'm one of 10 kids in my family. Everybody was very, very active in all of the sports. Um, Me and my four brothers all played football at Minot State. My twin brother also played basketball at Minot State, and just that interest and love for competing in sports, it was a fairly natural step for me then to become a coach after my playing days.
Do you have a favorite song?
Not really. I like a lot of different music. I'm not a huge fan of country, which being up in this neck of the woods is kind of odd. The kids look at me weird, but I kind of like the '70s rock stuff, Boston and Queen and Styx, and all of those bands from the late '70s, early '80s.
What hobbies or interests do you have besides your current role of athletic director, right?
Well, I like to do some fishing. Don't get to do a whole lot of it, but I really enjoy when I do. I like hunting upland game, especially pheasant. And then my grandkids keep me very, very busy. They live out in Watford City, so I probably get to see them at least every other weekend. And I make it a point to try to get to see them and watch what they're doing in their lives. They're only 8, 4, and 3 right now, but the 8-year-old is now getting into athletics himself. So I try to get out and follow a lot of his stuff as much as I can.
Okay, what are your thoughts on the three-class basketball system? Because it kind of affects your South Prairie Max quite a bit, right?
Yeah, we are the smallest Class A school in the division, and going into it, I wasn't too excited about it. Um, I think primarily just the added travel and some of those things. But once we've gotten into it now, especially on the girls' side, we've had a lot of success in the girls' programs at the Class A level. The boys, it's a little more of a struggle competing with these bigger schools, but they're coming along. We've only been a school for 10 years now, and so when I got here, we really were starting these programs from the ground up and from scratch. And some programs have developed a little quicker than others, but now I like it. I like the competition. Um, we've kept some of our old rivalries, that from the Class B days with Des Lacs, Burlington, and Nedros, and some of those. So it's been good for us.
And you guys did pretty well in volleyball with it too,
Yeah,
girls.
we were a state runner-up in the B last year, and then when we transitioned into the A this year, you really saw the competition level increase, and we took fourth in the state volleyball this year. Went in as the number one seed, but there were some teams in the East that we didn't get to see during the season that were very, very good, and we competed with them, but we couldn't beat them this time around.
Yeah, the East is really tough out there.
Very strong.
It's probably going to be that way in girls basketball too.
I would think so. It's the kind of the same names in the preseason poll that we've seen recently with us, and then you go to the East, Valley City and Thompson and Carrington and
Both sides.
Mayport, Devils Lake. Yeah,
Do you guys play many of them teams out east?
we will play. We get started right off the bat. Next Monday we travel to Carrington. We hosted them last year and played really, really well. We play Thompson. We play Mayport. Um, we won't get to see Valley City or Kindred's another one out east that's very, very good. We won't get to see them, but so I've tried to put together a girls' schedule these last couple of years that is very competitive, and where we can see some of those teams during the regular season. And aside from traveling to Carrington, we'll have Mayport and Langdon. Um, who's the other one? And Thompson here at the Minot State Dome or the Minot Municipal Auditorium uh, early December. So we'll get to see them.
Yeah, it's nice when you can schedule that. I kind of like the state qualifier games like that. That helps some too, I think.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you, I attended those state qualifiers last year at the Minot Auditorium, and it was a great day of basketball. And every team playing, every game was a qualifier game. So every team was just doing everything they could scratch and claw to do to get into that state tournament. It was a really good day of basketball. So I really like that as well. And I think you probably end up getting the best teams at the state tournament.
And that's what you'd want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your boys basketball team isn't as good, you were
No,
saying?
no, they're a couple years behind the girls program, I think. We've got some good kids on the roster this year that are going to be able to compete, but we just don't have a whole lot of depth. And we saw the same thing with our football program. We were 9-man last year, trying to build our football program. We've struggled with numbers. Um, and we play in the A division instead of 9-man, and this year we really struggled with that. And then by the end of the season, we only had 13 kids available to play because of injuries and just not getting a lot of kids out. So the boys program is coming along. The basketball has improved from when we started the program, but we're still it's kind of a lack of depth that really really hurts us right now on the boys side.
So and the boys, you wouldn't schedule like as many tougher competition or such, right?
No,
Probably.
no, that's right. I've tried to keep some of our traditional Class B rivalries on the schedule, and it's again, it's a matter of travel. Instead of driving all the way across the state to play somebody in the East, we can go up and get really top-notch competition at Mohall, which has had good, strong teams. Kenmare, some of those Class B area schools that have really been quite good. And
Yeah.
frankly, last year I thought the Class B division in boys was better than the Class A division was, especially in our neck of the woods. You had our Redeemers and Bishop Bryan and West Hope Newburgh, who were all loaded, and any one of those three teams would have won our region in Class A, I think.
Yeah, and it looks the same this year too, kind of
Yeah, yeah, I think
like
there's
that.
some teams that are loaded up again. I think our Redeemers is going to be a juggernaut that people are going to have to contend with. I'm picking them to win the state tournament for that matter. I
Yeah.
just think they're that good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And we have them on the schedule. We have Bishop Ryan on the boys' schedule, so it's going to be a gauntlet trying to get through those schools.
Yeah, that district, I looked at it, it's like you'd like to pick most of it because that district is so loaded up in that.
Yeah, very good basketball right now on the boys' side up here.
And then Ray,
Yeah,
pretty good too.
pretty good too.
I don't know if I have any more questions. You have any questions or things you want to add?
No, just appreciate your interest in the sports. I know we've communicated via email back and forth over the years quite a bit, and anytime you need any information or anything like that, certainly reach out. I've got access to most all of it, so schedules and so forth, rosters. Just really looking forward to the winter schedule. I think we're going to have a good winter here at South Prairie School, and um, it's funny. The girls have had trouble getting practices together because we were in the state volleyball tournament, which took the whole first week of basketball practice out, and then six of the girls were at the state one act play competition in Jamestown this past week, and that took another 2 days out. So they're just finding spots anywhere they can to practice to become, so they have to have 9 practices in. Now, the volleyball counted as practices, but
Awesome.
um, they're going to be at a big scrimmage Saturday down at Shiloh. They'll get to face some WDA teams and some good Class A and Class B teams, and that'll be the first time that really they've all been together on the court this year. So, and then Monday, Tuesday, we go to Carrington, and then we go to Kenmare on Tuesday with the girls, and the boys start Monday practice. So everything is revving up again. The downtime is over for me.
Oh, so those when they were at volleyball, those count for practices then?
Yes, yeah. Otherwise, any of those teams at the state volleyball tournament would have a very difficult time getting 9 mandatory practices in before their
That's what I
first
was
game. So,
I was wondering how that works because I thought
yeah,
with volleyball that kind of cuts it short on practices then.
but yeah, by a whole week. Yeah,
And then you
you
wouldn't be able to start on like Monday or
no. If it wasn't that way, I couldn't schedule those first 2 games. I'd have to wait a little bit longer. But those girls are all in such good shape. They work out outside of school probably more than they do in school. They're all weight training. They're all working up at these fitness clubs and at the Y, and they're in great shape. They're ready to roll.
yeah, you got a few college girls on the basketball too, I noticed.
Yeah, we just had 2 signings on Wednesday. Macy Talbot, who's a Max girl, signed at Jamestown College. Scotty Beck, All-Stater, signed at Minot State University, and then Riley Rutledge did her verbal commitment this past summer to NDSU. So she'll be signing that national letter next year as her senior year. So we've
Yeah.
got 3 college basketball players right now, and I'm looking down the roster, and I'm guessing there's going to be at least 1 or 2 of these younger girls that are probably going to end up signing as well. Kinley Schilla is a 6'3" sophomore post for us. I think she's going to be special as well. So
I noticed that's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah, that doesn't happen very often. The last time it happened that I can remember is the old Bishop Bryan days when they had Hannah Stewart and Gabby Bowl and Annika Rovig and Madison Wald. All 4 of them played college basketball. So, but they won 3 state titles too. So
Yeah.
there's a direct correlation.
Yeah, basketball's pretty good in the state.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You bet. Thank you, Ryan. If you need anything, reach out. You got my email.
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.